Hello collective, I'm here to do a reading for you guys. So this is going to be a shadow work reading. So this is for those who are trying to heal, those who are trying to overcome, their internal obstacles, those who are trying to elevate pretty much. So this is going to be a reading for you. Okay. So those that are trying to do some healing, they're working on healing and trying to overcome darkness. Those who feel like they're in darkness. Okay. I was getting a vision of someone looking themselves in the mirror. So looking yourself in the mirror, recognizing, any shadow characteristics. Everybody has a shadow. Okay. That's just what it is. I was hearing, I've been here too long, so there could be something going on internally with someone they've been dealing with. It could be depression. It could be anxiety. Okay. It could be negative self-talk. It could be anything. Okay. But somebody has been dealing with this for a long time and they're just trying to find a way out of this. Spirit was telling me, are you ready to fight? I just keep seeing somebody looking themselves in the mirror, but it's not like a regular mirror. It's like a black obsidian mirror, which usually, or traditionally, it's used for like scrying. Okay. So seeing something that's below the surface, seeing something that's not maybe apparent to you. But I feel like some of you are willing to look at yourself and willing to look or face whatever this is in the eye. For some, it could be fear. It could be anything, okay? Wow. This is heavy. Okay, this energy is like what? Pretty much the reflection I'm seeing here. Someone's looking in the mirror and I'm seeing their reflection. Okay. So someone deals with a lot of envy. Okay, and they deal with envy because they do not know who they are. They are not comfortable in their skin. There's someone who should be, I don't know, I want to say they should be comfortable with who they are. There could be some body dysmorphia for some, okay, like body shaming or something like that going on here. All right, that's for some, not all. What is this? Okay. Somebody's just not comfortable with being their true, authentic self. For some, they could feel judged. They can feel judged by others, and so therefore they judge themselves. There's an energy of someone who has been made to feel incapable. They've been made to feel like they were no one. They've been made to feel like they were just, I don't know, disposable, okay? And so since they've been made to feel this way, this person lacks a sense of confidence here. This is what I'm seeing here. Going back to the envious gluttony, there's somebody who is very envious here. They're a very envious person. They have a very envious spirit. And because they have a envious and very envious spirit, vampire type spirit, they cause a lot of issues. okay, in their lives, or they try to cause issues in others' lives, okay? This is like a projection type of energy. This is somebody who projects. I'm seeing somebody looking in the mirror and they're seeing themselves like, okay, these are not positive characteristics. These are not positive things that I'm doing, or responses here. Some people are getting pissed. They don't want to look in the mirror or recognize it, but it is what it is. Okay, being aware is growth. Okay, being willing to change or to become a better version of yourself. You know, that's key. That's what's growth. That's what's important. Somebody, yeah, fragmentation. Somebody may have been abused here. They're a very fragile person, or somebody could have been beaten down a lot. Okay, physically, verbally, mentally, emotionally, heavy on the emotions here in spirit. Somebody was beat down a lot, and so they're fragmented here. They feel useless. They feel drained. They don't feel good enough. Spirit was telling me, I heard somebody saying, I hate my body. This is horrible. Very, very dark energy here. Somebody's needing to heal from. There's a nasty spirit on somebody telling them that they're not good enough. They're not good enough. You know, look at this person. Look what they have. This is a spirit on somebody. This is a spirit that was maybe inherited, that was passed down through your family, or through, I don't know, thought forms, something, okay? But it's very heavy here. Someone is not seeing their true potential here. They're not seeing how special they truly are. They're not seeing how special they truly are, how magnificent they truly are. They may have an idea, but they kind of mask around like they don't know. They masquerade around like they don't know. They just, you know. There is somebody who's very boastful and just out there, but they have low self-esteem. They're also not operating in their true greatness. They're not being their true, authentic self here. Okay. Yeah, they're not being their true, authentic self. They have lots of regret. They live in the past a lot. Somebody's living in the past a lot. They're haunted by guilt, regret, mostly regret here. Somebody could, you know, be just masquerading around like they don't care, they don't give a shit, but they live in regret. So there's an insensitive type of energy. There's someone who comes off as insensitive, but deep down inside, it's the opposite. Yeah, this is the energy of like emotional manipulation. Okay. Somebody is living in some type of delusion. They're in fantasy land here. And in fantasy land, when it comes to who they are as a person, when it comes to their shadow, when it comes to just their reality, when it comes to, the list this goes on here. All right. And it's because they've been hurt so much. They're really fragile. They're very sensitive soul. They're very sensitive spirits. So they kind of create their own, I don't know, this dream world or this type of illusion or something like that. They do it as a defense mechanism, or they do it as a defense mechanism, or they do it for comfort. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Yeah. Somebody's downplaying their gifts here. And they're downplaying their gifts and who they truly are. They're downplaying this because they are fearful of, you know, sabotage or envious people. They're fearful of being hurt in some type of way. I was hearing their ego getting bruised, or not even just their ego, just their reputation or something being bruised. So they're downplaying themselves. They're not really operating in their natural essence or in their natural energy, because they're trying to avoid some type of catastrophic situation. And so in return, it's like they're coming off as a colorless angel. They're not really shining their light. They're not really being their true authentic self. This is a strong energy of having to walk on eggshells for others, or trying to keep the peace, you know, because either in fear or because you don't want to have, I was hearing like this ridicule or stoning. There's an energy of like stoning, okay? Somebody doesn't want to be stoned. So they are, and not stoned like smoking, but stoned, like punished. They don't want this back, like this bullshit, okay? So they're not operating their true self, okay? Or this could be somebody trying to project on you in some type of way, like they don't want you to see your greatness. They want you to just shut up. They don't want you to be in your true element and your higher self. It's like an energy of that here, okay? Let's get off of this here. There's a lot going on here. Yeah, going back to this card I see here. I think it's perchance dream. I don't know. Like I did mention somebody was trying to paint their own. It just seems like they're trying to paint their own scenario or narrative or something like that. Or they're trying to create this reality that's not reality. It's like an illusion or something. Okay. All right, so collective, let's see. Let's see what's triggering you. As you're looking in that mirror, what triggers do you have that you need to heal from? Okay, when I don't feel in control, I begin to act impatient and demanding ways. Okay, I begin to act in impatient and demanding ways. Right, okay. So impatience could be an issue for you. You're impatient, you know. Some of you maybe want things to happen right now, or just very persistent, and you know. But in return, you become impatient and you begin to be demanding. Maybe being too hard on yourself or demanding of yourself or of others, okay? So here's it resonates. When I feel that I am right, I become defensive and refuse to listen to the other person's views. Wow, okay. I can act resentful and distance myself from people for months without addressing the issues. Wow, so your cutoff game is pretty strong. You're just, okay, when you get triggered, this is what you do. And it's not the healthiest way to respond. For some of you, you may feel it's necessary, okay? When I'm not confident with who I am, I will act in superficial ways. Interesting. So I was getting a vision of somebody who, I don't know why I was hearing gaslighting. That's interesting. Wow, this was left over here. When I don't feel good enough, I will make excuses for everything. Okay. So I was in the middle of a thought and lost it because I saw that card sitting over here. So for some, if you feel you don't feel confident, or you're feeling some type of insecurity, I see someone acting out in a just very superficial way, like, oh, this person doesn't have shit, they're broke, or this person makes more money than that person, or this person went on this, just stuff like that. Okay. Or just making comments or acting out in superficial ways, you know. Okay, so as you look in that mirror, what shadow work do you need to bring attention to? Or shadow aspects? of your personality, of your, I don't know, overall, okay? What shadow energy do you need to be made aware of? Be aware of it, heal it, and release it. That's what I was hearing. Codependency. So codependency, this is a shadow aspect of someone. This is a relationship addiction. You are relying too heavily on the other person for your sense of self-worth. Give yourself more self-love. Okay. I'm just going to read it as it is. I'm not going to try to give a dissertation or interpretation, just to move the reading along. Narrow-minded. You have a limited outlook on perspective and thoughts. What makes you think your thoughts are solid gold? Victim mentality. The universe wants the best for you, not the worst. Change your perspective. Boundaries. Develop healthy boundaries to make sure you are emotionally and mentally stable. It's okay to say no. Unworthy. Think deeply and ask yourself, why are you not worthy of the situation at hand? Wow. Okay, let's see. Let's get some deeds. What does the collective need to know going forward regarding their shadow work and healing? All right, the sun. So there's going to be success. There's going to be a rebirth. That's what you need to know as you move forward towards healing and doing the shadow work. Okay. I was hearing real, recognize real. Okay. I also see this as the sun as self. So you really doing some soul searching. This is giving kind of like hermit energy as well. So introspection, but you looking at yourself and you being the best version of yourself. I see that. You being committed to achieving that. But this is success. Once you continue, or once you address whatever boundaries, not boundaries, whatever, I don't know why I'm having a brain fart. Address whatever issues or challenges or adversities you're going through. I feel like once you face these things head on, you're going to have victory. You're going to have success. Okay. The healing journey is not easy. It's not easy looking at ourselves and seeing our shadow. It's not easy addressing that. Okay. And for some, they're not aware of it at all. They're not aware of their shadow. They're not aware of their actions and what they're doing. Okay. So the sun is bringing light here. Like, yes. Okay. There needs to be healing here. There needs to be awareness because the sun is shining light here. There's no overcast. It's seeing things very clearly. It's bringing light to the situation here. What's the collective need to know going forward regarding the shadow work? Okay. And it's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. It's going to make you sad. You know, there's also going to be some things you're going to have to release and let go of. Okay. Because I feel like for some of you are holding on to something. Okay. You could be holding on to certain emotions. Okay. You could be holding on to sadness. You could be holding on to pity, feeling sorry for yourself, things like that. I was hearing you need to see the light here. With the sun being here in the 5 of Cups, like you need to see the light. There is something better for you. I was also hearing that some of you need to ask for help. There is someone who's complacent, who kind of finds themselves back in this energy. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, but this is Is this Mars in Scorpio? Is that Mars in Scorpio? Yeah, that is Mars in Scorpio. Huh. Yeah. So you need to take action here. You're going through major transformation, and this transformation is not going to be easy, but you need to take the action. You're being encouraged to take action. Okay. Seven of Swords. Let's pull one more card. And we got the Nine of Cups here. Some of you need to move in silence when it comes to your healing. People do not need to know that you are healing and working on yourselves, because I feel like there's just an energy of somebody or an energy wanting to just find a way to sneak in, you know, and infiltrate and trying to take your happiness or your wish fulfillment. So you need to move in silence here with the Seven of Swords. You also need to come up with a strategy. You need to be honest with yourself too, because I feel like for some of you, you're lying to yourself here. And lying to yourself is keeping you down with the Ten of Wands here. It's keeping you down. It's keeping you, I was hearing you're dragging that wagon, okay? Dragging a wagon. Usually when somebody says that, it's like somebody has a big butt, but it's just weight. Saturn, Sagittarius. So there's a lesson that needs to be learned here. There's also discipline as well. I was hearing it's not going to be easy, but you can do it. You can overcome this. But for some, you need to really see the truth. Because by you seeing the truth and being aware, it's going to make the situation or this journey not so difficult. I mean, there'll be bumps in the road, but you'll have more tolerance. You'll have more tolerance. Okay, yes, that's the truth. Ace of Swords here. So clarity, removing what no longer serves you. I was hearing a higher purpose. So you're needing to see things clearly. I also was hearing that you're needing to take charge as well, because I'm seeing this eagle. Anytime I see a bird, it's spirit. So I feel like I was hearing spiritual authority. You're taking back authority over your life, over your mind. This is also an energy of having a sense of direction. Like I was hearing, you know where you're navigating to. All right, but I feel like as you continue to work on yourself and, you know, work through your shadow and work through whatever this is here, you're going to have a wish fulfillment. You're going to have clarity. You're going to feel like you have authority in your life. I was hearing working on your shadow self and healing. Yeah, I mean, this is what the reading's about, but working on yourself and shadow healing. The shadow is your lower self. I mean, that's what it is. And those flare-ups are something else, you know? There's never going to be a time where you're not going to be triggered, or, you know, your shadow's not going to show. You're in the flesh. It's going to happen. Okay, it's going to happen. It's going to come out, you know, and when it does, you just address it accordingly. Okay, so what else does the collective need to know? Okay, as they are transforming their lives, as they are working through their shadow, as they are overcoming darkness and evil and negativity, low vibrations, what do they need to know as they are overcoming these things? Because they will overcome these things. Ooh. Okay, those flew out. Wow. All right, we have cooperation. We have weaver of the web of life. Weaver of the web of life. So you are this weaver. You are weaving the web of your life. You're also encouraged to cooperate, not to give in to energies and negativity, but to cooperate with the energies that are around you, because I feel like there's no way to get get away from adversity and challenges. Okay, we're all going to go through it. All right, it's going to happen, but we have to move with the energies. We have to be persevering. Okay, we can't have a negative mindset when challenges arises. We can't feed into those energies. So it's being very mindful. I feel like it has a lot to do, and it's a number 8 too. It's just giving like Scorpio type of energies. And there's a Black Widow on here. So this is giving crone type energies. Okay, it's being very mindful as far as like the condition of your mind and what you're focusing on, what you're thinking about, what you're creating. Because I feel like a lot of you, like everyone's creating in every moment. You know, they're creating. That's why it's important to be very mindful of the thoughts that you have. Okay, but it's not resisting change. It's moving through the changes. I also was hearing that not being so difficult. All right. And I know that's kind of hard for some. What do we got? Inner High Priestess, Divine Service. All right. So some of you are readers here. Some of you are very insightful. This is giving High Priestess energy. It is the High Priestess. So this is internal knowing, like inner knowing here. And you're encouraged to embrace your intuition. I was hearing that you are in service. You could be providing services to someone or helping someone see. Interesting. Counsel. So for some of you, you could have been working on yourself. You've gone through some things and you're going to be helping other people, I see here. Because this web of life is just representing experiences here. Like you have experiences to share. For some of you, you may not be a reader, but you are somebody who's very wise and you're a wise counsel. Or somebody sees you as a wise counsel because you've been through some things. Interesting. I was hearing I have the scars. I have the experience to prove it. This web is like evidence. Like, look, this is what I created. Or not even just what I created. This is what I've been through. For some, it could have been what you've created here. Through everything that you've been through, this is what you have to show for. This web is a representation of that, and it's intact here. I was hearing, you haven't broke me yet. In a web, all you got to do is put your hand over it and destroy it. You know, but that's not the case here. It's like, I don't know. This web also can represent you as a person, you know. For some, it's like you easily could have been wiped out, but you're still intact, you know. Your spirit is still intact. Everything's still intact. Okay, let me move on from this. These cards, whenever I use them, they just pull me in. There's so many freaking messages. Whew, there's a new beginning here. Okay, you're moving towards a new beginning. You're following your intuition. You're being very mindful. You're staying in the present moment. You're being very careful about what type of energies you're allowing in your space, in your mind. Okay, you have self-love with Freya, the Lady of War. We have Bronwyn here. Okay, so you've been through a lot. Or yes, you've been through a lot and you are encouraged to love yourself, to stand up for what you believe in. to continue to fight for yourself. Self-love is the main ingredient to healing. And going back early in the reading, there was like an energy of like somebody not really liking their body or hating themselves or something like that here. Okay? But this is telling you that you need to love yourself, to fight for yourself. Sometimes you have to go at it alone, and you have to be okay with that. That's for some, like on this journey that you're on. It doesn't mean you're actually alone. Some may argue, but they need to change their perspective, okay? And you're feeling whole. You're going to be feeling whole. With this wholeness card, I am whole. There's a lion or a lioness and a dragon energy here. This is amazing. This is what you can expect going forward, I feel like. You're going to have more self-love. There's going to be a new beginning. Your intuition is going to be strengthening. You're going to be of service to others. You're going to be able to help others because you've been in their situation. You know, your experience has allowed you to gain wisdom. I was hearing keep fighting the good fight. All right. So we're going to close out the reading and we're going to take a look here at your energy. Okay. You're examining your self-identity. So this is soul searching. This is going within. This is being introspective, okay? You're identifying who you are, or this is you getting to know yourself, or encouragement for you to get to know yourself. Who are you really? What do you really want? You know, what do you really desire? It's not about what people say about you, it's what you say about yourself. Somebody could have given you an identity, like, oh, this person is this way, you know. But you're like, no. I know who I really am. I'm seeing who I really am. Thank you, Spirit. Loving the self on all levels. Thank you, Spirit. Self-love and loving the self. So loving the self on all levels. You're loving yourself on all levels, and you're encouraged to love yourself on all levels. Just because somebody didn't give you the love that you deserve doesn't mean that you don't give yourself love. You should love yourself no matter what. Because when that person decides to act up or to treat you a certain way, and you dismiss them out of your life, nothing was ever missing because you were giving yourself love no matter what. That's for some of you. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Researching the mystical world. So you are researching the mystical world, and you're doing that by doing the shadow work, by doing, you know, maybe research on how to heal, on how to maybe cut cords, or how to, you know, stop certain patterns or responses, you know, whatever. You are researching ways of how to heal, I see. Okay, but it's all connected to like the mystical world and spirituality here. Okay. I mean, if you're here watching this, this is what it is. You're researching the mystical world, okay, regarding shadow work or whatever that may be. Okay, last card. All right. You're trusting in destiny. So I do see that for some of you, you're hopeful. You're definitely hopeful. You're hopeful for better days. You're hopeful for new beginnings. You're trusting in yourself. I do see that some of you are very committed to your path here and your life purpose. You're very committed. So 6. So this is, okay, so we got 2, 22, 6, 24, and 2. So that could be significant. 22 is 4. We got 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. And then we got a 2 here. So there's like a little bit of sinking here. Yeah. By loving yourself, it could have opened you up to like spirituality. For some of you, I see here. Spirituality or the mystical world probably helped you love yourself much more than you did before. Okay. Ooh, awareness of cosmic influence. I know that's right. Okay, because we have the cosmos within us. We have the constellations within us. Okay, so this is becoming aware of self, aware of cosmic influences, even others, other energies, outside energies. Okay, so this is the end of the reading collective. I'll be back another time. God bless.